Well, g'day everybody. Thought I'd do a review on the FC535 that I've had for 9 months now. We've just ticked over 50 hours on CMBJ2, and in that 50 hours we've done about 890 kilometres of sea time and about 311 litres of fuel through the boat for that 50 hours of motoring. It's about 28 or 29 trips we've done out. And most of that has been on the Kaipara Harbour, fishing in the shallows and around the Kaipara Harbour area. We've yet to do a game fishing season, that's just kicking off now, so that's January 2019, I think it's the 4th of January today. So stay tuned, I'll run you through what I've done to the boat, modifications that I've made, improvements that I think are for the better, which actually work for me and suit me. You know, in summary, really great boat, perfect for what we're doing it for. So stay tuned. Yeah, baby, on the fly. So one of the first improvements we made was to change the winch over to a 1-to-1 retrieve as well as a 5-to-1 retrieve. Now the reason for that is where I launch it's quite tidal and windy and you can have quite a side current. Now because I fish solo quite often, getting that first couple of feet of boat onto the trailer is really important, so that's why we changed it over to a 1-to-1 winch on this side and a 5-to-1 on the other. So we've still got dual handles on it. One thing I'd suggest that you all do is actually put a bolt through there so that people can't steal your winch handles and then burr the thread over so they can't actually undo the nut. So as I take you through the trailer, you're going to think, geez, this guy doesn't take care of his gear and it looks really dirty and what have you. That's because it's collected a lot of dust. I actually spray my trailers with Prolan. It's a lanolin type product, you can get it, I think it's the company's in Tauranga. Spray the trailer with that inside and outside, and it just preserves the life of the trailer, stops the salt water from getting in there. The key is once it's on there is not to water blast or wash your trailer heavy. I just give my trailer a bit of salt away when I get home each time, and every year pull the boat off, not that I've had the boat for a year, pull the boat off and I'll give this trailer another coat. This tin of 4 litres has done 2 trailers for me so far. I've got probably a third of a tin left, maybe a quarter of a tin left, so we'll get another coat on this trailer yet. Now these trailers are very easy to launch from anyway, they're a shallow drafting type trailer, but what I've done is I've actually you can buy these from Voyager trailers, put a 3-roller on, it just really helps centre the boat onto the trailer. The other little modification I've done is the roller that you see here. It's not actually a roller, it's just a bump bar that I've stuck on there. As I said earlier, strong tidal currents and side winds means that the boat often gets sideways on the trailer, and just using that as a pivot point instead of the edge of the trailer. Sadly I've scarred the boat before I had that on, but that's solved that problem from happening. Also changed out the VHF aerial position to a roof mounted option. Reason for that is going to be doing a bit of offshore fishing and wanting to increase the height on my aerial so that we get better range and reception. So that was easy enough to do.
CMBJ, this is Coast Guard Radio, good morning to you, go ahead.
Also put a hatch in the front of the console here. Reason for that was to store items very quickly and be able to retrieve them. Made a world of difference not having to front seat all the time, so I can keep life jackets in there. It also holds some safety gear in there, so we'll show you what that is. So inside the door here we have immediate safety equipment. We've got fire extinguisher, first aid, and some other safety essentials. We've got spare life jackets, etc. as well. So yeah, it's easily quick accessible, but putting that hatch in has been a bit of a life changer for me. I think it's a good addition to the boat. This improvement won't seem like much, it's quite a simple thing to do, but just putting some floats on the bungs so that they don't actually float outside the hole, so that when you take out the bung for the live bait tank, it's not going to float back out the hole there. So covers now, we've got 3 covers made. I'll do a cutaway to the actual full road cover that we've got on the boat. Looks very smart. We have a cover up the front here, which covers that front hatch, just stops any water and what have you getting in there. And then we have just a quick console cover, and that's to just prevent dust and that getting on the console. Great thing about the FC is there's plenty of storage in this front hatch here, so you can lift that up. At the moment I've just got some spare clothes in here, but some other safety gear for. So spare life jackets, torch. Because I'm running a single battery on this boat, I've also got one of these lifesaver charger battery jump starters. Never have to use it yet, and don't plan to. Always keep the battery fully charged. But what I've got 3 or 4 boxes like this plastic one here, and depending on what style of fishing I'm doing for the day, we'll actually load those boxes in there. So at the moment you can see I've got a fly rod stored in here, yeah, great storage space. You can actually get a smallish chili bin in here, or you can keep it down the front just here. I usually use a small one if I'm going up the Kaipara, and keep a couple of fish each time I go out. Keep the weight down. You could also keep spare fuel in here if you wanted to as well. So this is actually a really comfortable place to sit when you're travelling along. The bow section protects the person sitting here, the passenger. I haven't actually managed to wet anyone yet, so that's a good thing, and that speaks volumes for the boat's design. All in all, 50 hours of motoring, 890 k's travelled in the boat, that's just motor time, and 311 odd litres of fuel. I'd have to say I'm really happy with the FC535 centre console. I don't say that lightly. I've owned a few boats now. My boat before that was a 6 metre hardtop. And look, you know, every boat's a compromise. Yes, this one doesn't have the luxuries of a hardtop, it doesn't have a cabin, but the trade-off is you get easier launching, a lot more fishing space. I can actually fish more people out of this boat than I could on the 6.1 hardtop, because you've got the entire boat to fish from. Changed my fishing style into saltwater fly fishing now and lure fishing, and we'll do some cutaways to those so you can see that. And again, the boat offers the flexibility to be able to do all of those things. A casting platform up on the bow, very good for flicking lures around. Also gives you that elevation, a metre and a half above sea level, so you can actually spot kingies and other fish in on the flats, so that's really good as well. The other thing I like is there's plenty of rod holders around the boat, well positioned, strategically positioned. I've also stuck an additional rod holder up here on the hardtop. That's actually for the outrigger. I'll do a cutaway to that as well so you can see that outrigger setup. For game fishing this year, when I do get out, I'll only be running 3 rods and a couple of skippy bungees off the back. Don't think that we need to run any more than that. We won't be going out super wide. We'll wait for the fish to come in a bit closer before we go out and hunt those. Wouldn't also mind trying to put a fly into some skippies and that sort of stuff and have some fun. Economical motor, 60 horsepower command thrust Mercury. When you're doing about 20 to 22 knots is a comfortable cruising speed. That's burning between 12 to 14 litres per hour depending on what load you've got on the boat and what sea conditions. I've been out in some reasonable slop on the Kaipara. Kaipara, for those that don't know it, biggest harbour in the southern hemisphere, big tidal movement, you get wind against tide, it can be substantial at times, really rough the sea up fairly quickly. Knots for about 9.6 at 4,000. Comes around, but boat's going really well. I'm really pleased with it. Southwest about 15 now. It'll rough up a bit soon when the tide turns, but we're going to head up the harbour further. But yeah, boat's real dry. Really happy. And you can get a good metre and a half of wind chop slop against the tide. boat's handled it as well, very dry, and like I say, I haven't managed to wet a passenger yet. So, boat's reasonably priced. Get down to Fish City in Albany, speak to Russell or Mike. Those guys will certainly sort you out with your needs. There's a full range of the SC boats. This is what I'd call the mid-range for a centre console. There is 1 or 2 models bigger than this. There's also a couple of smaller ones, and probably well within your budget as well. So get out there, get onto the www.outdrmn.co.nz website, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Outdoor Man, that's otdrmn, and catch you out on the water. Have fun.